Welcome to the 12th of February, 2024. With Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey, and welcome to the Monday edition of Litter Media Live.
It is Monday.
It is Monday.
Beginning of the week. We survived the weekend.
We did. I don't know how we did. 6 games in 14 or 10 days, whatever it is, it catches up with you when you get older.
Yeah.
I'm starting to find that out. But we do it for the listeners. We do it for the viewers, doggone it.
We do. And we love you guys.
And that's why I'm operating still on little sleep. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Coming up in just a moment, we'll take a look at what's making news for you. Sports, it's jam-packed today. And, of course, many of you probably watched the big game yesterday.
I watched some of it, and then I went to bed.
You probably watched more of it than I did.
I think, based on what you told me earlier, that is probably true.
It was on for, the entire length of the second half. I had gone to church last night, and I got home, and I think Usher was on screen. So they were at halftime. And so I watched a little bit of another movie, turned it back on to watch the game. Missy went to bed, and I fell asleep at the start of the fourth quarter.
See, I didn't care about who won or who lost, so yeah. I finished Twin Peaks yesterday, so I was searching at theories, seeing what happened at the end, because I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, I woke up about 1:30 and saw the celebration taking place. So we'll talk more about it coming up in sports. If you haven't watched it, if you don't care, then this will be new information to you coming up at the end of the show.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at what's happening for us weather-wise, dealing with cloud cover today, cloudy skies. On this Monday, high temperatures of 48. We do run into a rain-snow mixture overnight, a low temperature about 29. We're being told not a lot of accumulation for us here, but if you are driving towards central Ohio, up around Columbus, you may find a little more snow depth there. But by depth, I mean maybe an inch and a half or two, something like that. Partly sunny for your Tuesday with a high temperature of 42 degrees. So we've lost the 50s, and I don't think we'll be in the 50s again for maybe at least not this week, from
Very
what the forecasters are telling us.
Extremely unfortunate.
Yeah. But kind of gotten used to it. Saw Robin the other day, and so that's usually letting you know that they're testing the waters to see if it's time to come back.
Was Batman there too?
I did not see Batman, no. Not that I haven't seen a bat, but I did not see Batman. So coming your way in just a moment, we'll take a look at what's happening with news and information. But first, we want to tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for nearly 50 years now. That's 5 decades of service to the community.
I can't imagine 5 decades.
It's tough to do until you've lived it.
My 2-decade-old brain can't comprehend.
Precisely. Well, take that and multiply it by 2.
There we go.
And you're almost there. Heating, cooling, plumbing, they've got it for you. If you've got an issue, make sure you reach out to them. Click on this ad that you're watching right now on our Facebook page or our website, littermedia.com. Anywhere you see it, click on it, and it takes you right to Accurate's information. Their website is accuratehvac.com. News next.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
As we jump into the news, you can always find stories on our website, littermedia.com. Also here on Facebook, and our Litter X is where we put a lot of our live sports score updates that are happening during the evening. So you want to find out more details, search Litter Media just about everywhere. Let's get started. We traveled up to Circleville this past Thursday for the pre-construction open house of the Inspiration Station, getting a look at where the learning stations will be placed. We took a moment to talk to Katie Hedges, who talks about how it all came about.
So when we were charged with this, really it was an initiative from the Pickaway County Community Foundation, and they have an internal fund that centers around education. And to be honest with you, it's struggled over the years to really take off. And so what we did was really look at the community and the needs assessment. PICA did one several years ago to see really what this community needs. And the thing you always hear is there's nothing for kids to do. Coupled with that, there are all these different needs that our community has, and everyone has to go to separate places. So we wanted to sort of merge the idea of a STEM, a unique STEM opportunity for kids in a museum, but also a resource center for the whole family, kind of as a one-stop shop. So that's where our idea started, and it was about 2 years ago, and it's grown into this amazing project, and our dreams are almost coming to reality, so we're excited about that. But it really has been a 2-year labor of love to really research what's right for our community, what's right for the age range. One of the things that makes our spot really unique is we are targeting 18 months to 15 years, which is a pretty wide range. We literally have gone across the country looking at different children's museums, and we didn't find any that had that kind of spread. So it was important to us that we found the right partners to make sure that we got that initiative to become a reality. So we partnered with a
There you heard from Katie Hedges. Of course, this is something that they started working on here a while back, and once they finally got it up and running, it's kind of cool to get a chance to see some of that. Do you have more B-roll to share with us there?
Yeah, I do. I didn't realize it was going to loop it as immediately as I hit the loop button. I thought I was going to wait till it was over.
You're learning things on the job.
I'm learning things.
But you see the different stations they have put together there, a build and test section, agricultural section, a Pickaway Hub where they can learn things about communities in Pickaway County, water and nature station, which is always exciting for the kids, and a multi-use flex space, hoping to be open by this time next year. And to learn more, you can go to inspirationstation.org, and you can also watch a full-length video that we'll have of what you just saw there a moment ago.
It will be out this week.
One thing I
thought was cool was you saw a clip of it there. This is pre-construction, of course, so they had hammers and hard hats, and they were just letting you tear down the wall when you get in there.
It was kind of cool with the little girls that were. We kept hearing this bang, 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 all of this going on when we walked in. And then we finally caught up to that room, and it was dust filled with the drywall, and the girls had smiles on their faces. And we were offered the opportunity to take a swing too, but I decided not to.
Yeah.
Because knowing me, I'd probably hurt someone.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want that to happen. But again, the Inspiration Station, will have more about that for you this week on our YouTube channel. Lancaster Festival. They have finally announced the results of their 2023 Economic Impact Study, underscoring the depth of the festival's significant contribution to the economy and the quality of life in Fairfield County and the state of Ohio. The study showed that 50,000 people attended the festival last year, bringing in $9.9 million in total spending for Fairfield County, $5.2 million in visitor spending. The summer's event will be the 40th anniversary this coming summer for the Lancaster Festival, and the scheduled dates are July 18th through the 27th. You can find out more details on our website, littermedia.com.
If you're interested in helping support local emergency personnel during emergencies, come to the Medical Reserve Corps kickoff meeting at 5 p.m. on March 1st. To learn more about the volunteer opportunities, including 2024 MRC events and training, the less than 1 hour meeting will be held at the McHale Conference Room at 150 East 2nd Street in Chillicothe. Pizza and drinks will be included. A medical background is valued but not required to volunteer. Go to the QR code right here to register for that event, or you can contact that number, 740-779-9652.
And if you're listening live on Litter Media Radio right now, there is a QR code that you'll find on our Facebook post of this story as well. I like how they say this under an hour meeting.
You're in and out. And there's pizza and drinks for you.
And if it goes over 45 minutes, don't be upset with them. It's how things go. Governor Mike DeWine placing some nominations, reappointment for, Michael Rex of Athens, reappointed to the Wildlife Council for a term beginning February 9th. These are 4-year terms, by the way. And Danielle Gill of Logan, reappointed to the Forestry Advisory Council for a term beginning March 1st.
The Fayette County Courthouse is home to 3 murals created by nationally recognized artist Archibald Willard. The Spirit of Electricity, Spirit of the Telegraph, and Spirit of the U.S. Mail can be viewed on the 3rd floor of the courthouse.
Is that mail as in mail delivery or the U.S. Mail?
Mail delivery, not like
the guy.
Stallone, yeah. Willard is most widely known for painting the Spirit of 76. The courthouse is open to the public Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 4 p.m., excluding legal holidays.
The Spirit of 76. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was there.
You weren't there. I was in the 8th grade when we saw the Spirit of 76 actually become the Spirit of 76.
What is the Spirit of 76? That's when Rocky came out. Talk about the U.S. Mail.
True. Got you there. But 1776, the Spirit of 1776. I experienced the bicentennial of 1776. You, not even a twinkle in Mom and Dad's eye, I'm sure.
Nope.
I'm not sure how old your Mom and Dad are.
They might not
have been alive during this.
They were alive.
Were they? Okay.
It all comes back to Rocky, though, because that's why Apollo Creed was in Philadelphia.
That's right.
And Carl Weathers sadly passed away this past week.
Absolutely. That reminds me, he was in the commercial for FanDuel, and I never learned what happened with Gronk. If he made the kick or missed it.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to do some investigative reporting.
I was watching the
Search Google.
Yeah, I was watching with my friends, and we saw that commercial with Carl Weathers, and one of my friends said, "Oh, they must have made that before he died." And we all just kind of looked at him like,
yes,
of course.
They probably made it 6 months ago, for all I know. National Entrepreneurship Week takes place through February 17th of this year. It's normally scheduled the 3rd week of the month, but it's been moved up this year. Congress charted the initiative centered on celebrating America's entrepreneurship ecosystem, uplifting the core values of diversity, inclusion, equality, education, and collaboration needed for the growth of entrepreneurs. You can read more on our website, littermedia.com. That's a look at the things making news for us today. Coming up in a moment to look at what's happening in sports, a little bit of review from the weekend, and there's a lot of it. A full-packed ton of stuff we're going to share.
Yeah.
Get ready. All right. Right now, I want to tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. If you've got a cleanup job that you need a dumpster for, give Scioto Valley Dumpsters a call, 740-253-8389. Carl will make sure you get a dumpster, whether it be your residential or your commercial. They can get it taken care of. And in some instances, they'll even do some demolition work for you. Demolition? I think the word is demolition work. But they do demolish things when they do demolition.
That's what I thought you were saying, demolishing.
Yeah. Rock'em sock'em robots there. 740-253-8389. Just call Carl and say, we're doing some demolishing. Bring us a dumpster, and he'll take care of you. Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. It takes you to their Facebook page. Sports next. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Visit ChillicotheOhio.com for those of you listening to Litter Media Radio right now, and all you heard was music. 15 seconds of...
They actually didn't hear anything because that
that's
came
right.
through the
They
OBS.
don't, do they? Yeah. Okay. Well, when you listen to it back on the replay of our show today, you'll just hear the music.
Yes. And you'll understand what we're talking about right now.
For those of you listening to Litter Media Radio right now, we haven't figured out how to get the commercial feeds on from what we're doing. We need a second source to make this happen. So one of these days, we'll get that squared away and figured out for you. Let's look at sports. At the top of everyone's minds this morning, not the Super Bowl, it's boys basketball tournament brackets posted on our website yesterday afternoon. The Southeast District has top seeds of Marietta in D2, Wheelersburg in D3, and South Webster in Division 4. In the Central District, we're not going to go into the top seeds there because it's a much larger district. So we're just going to tell you the Central District teams that are in our territory. D1 has Chillicothe playing Newark in the first round. Those two were state champions in 2008. Newark was D1, Chillicothe D2. The winner will play Dublin-Jerome. Marion Harding faces Olentangy. That winner plays Tays Valley. Logan will play at Delaware Hayes in the first round. The winner will play Hilliard Darby in the second round. And Lancaster will play at Upper Arlington. In D2, Whitehall will be at Bloom Carroll. Now, 12 Southeast District girls basketball games open sectional tournament play tonight in the semifinals. The Central District waits until next week to get underway. But you can see a list of the games we have for you here on our score page at littermedia.com. For those of you not able to see this right now, Miami Trace is at Gallia Academy. Washington Courthouse at Vinton County. Wellston will be at Fairfield Union. That's Division II basketball. In D3, Westfall travels to Fairfield, Crooksville at Piketon, St. Trace at Colegrove, Ironton at Meigs, Oak Hill at Wheelersburg, West Union at Eastern Brown, Northwest at Rock Hill. And in Division 4, Western at Miller, East at Eastern Meigs. And there is one Mid-State League regular season game scheduled for tonight. That is Circleville at Tays Valley. More details about that coming up next. But all of these games being played today outside of the regular season game, those will go on to the sectional championship game, which will either be played on the 15th or the 17th of this week.
Right.
It's amazing how quickly it has come to an end there are kids playing tonight who will have their seasons in tonight. Where did the season go? It's incredible. All right, on to high school basketball. If you missed it, Saturday night, Circleville rallied from a 13-point deficit to beat Bloom Carroll 34-33 for the undisputed Mid-State League Buckeye Girls Basketball Championship. They improved to 20-0. There you see a happy bunch. This was right after it was all taken care of. And Brian Bigham, looks like he's got extra hair there, but that's one of the girls' ponytails is flying up behind his head. Looks like he's sprouting wings there.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
It does. All right, so they'll go for the Mid-State League Gold Ball tonight. They need to defeat Tays Valley tonight to make that happen. High school wrestling championships were decided Saturday for the Scioto Valley Conference, Frontier Athletic Conference, and Mid-State League. Westfall won the SVC, Washington took the FAC boys and girls, and Tays Valley won both the boys and girls titles in the Mid-State League. Athens recorded an impressive showing in the Division II swimming sectional at Ohio University's Aquatic Center Saturday. In the boys' meet, the Bulldogs won 2 of the 3 team events and 3 individual. The Athens girls took the 3-team events with 4 individual titles. Chillicothe boys and Warren girls finished second, respectively. And the Chillicothe, Lancaster, and Tays Valley girls competed in the Division I meet at Upper Arlington. The Vikings placed 8th, Cavaliers 10th, and Golden Gales were 11th. The Tays Valley and Lancaster boys swam in the boys' session at Upper Arlington, with the Gales placing 5th. The Vikings were 10th. Now, we have taken a look at all the information for those who are district qualifiers. So when you see that story at littermedia.com, click on it. You'll not only get the results from the action on Saturday, but you'll also see who has qualified for the district swim meets, which will be taking place at OU this weekend on Friday and Saturday. And there's a bunch of kids. I mean, a bunch of kids, many of them from the Southeast District that's in there, but they're doing a combination of the Southeast, the East, and Central District all at this meet next week, or this weekend, I should say.
Right.
All right, Tays Valley's game day cheer team finished 17th out of 49 teams at the Nationals in Orlando. It was the Universal Nationals, so down at Universal Studios, which began last Thursday. And this was their first year at the Division I level. In total, 1,076 schools, 3,926 athletes competing in this event. Picture those traveling groups all get together right there at Universal Studios.
Yeah, that's
a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And
49 teams, and that's just Division I, right?
Right. And you noticed that we were at Tays Valley this past Friday evening for boys basketball. There were no Tays Valley cheerleaders. This is where they were.
Oh.
They were doing this. So congratulations to the girls. It's always cool to get a chance to we made that Florida trip when I was in high school, not for cheerleaders. We did it for the marching band. And so whenever you get a chance to make a trip like that, it's pretty awesome. Super Bowl 58, a thrilling overtime win for Kansas City, 25-22. That means we'll get to see more of them on TV, no doubt, defeating San Francisco. They've won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls and have been in 4 of the last 5.
A little bit ridiculous, if you ask me.
It's almost like the Patriots. They've become the Patriots in some respects.
Yeah. I don't like it one bit.
What are we going to do now? Because for the last 23 weeks, we've been watching shots up to the press box and seeing Taylor Swift there at Kansas City games.
Yeah.
How are we going to follow the relationship now?
Well, we're gonna listen to her new album when it comes out in April.
It's
the one that she announced at the Grammys.
Hopefully Travis Kelce won't be singing on it like he did Viva Las Vegas last night.
That was pretty bad.
Got to give it to him, though. He gave it all he had to pump that out there. So congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, which have become the Bengals Denver Broncos compared to the Broncos to the Browns. So everybody has that one team. And for Cincinnati, it seems to be Kansas City. Cleveland will forever have Denver, it seems. So, and right now, San Francisco is saying Kansas City.
Yeah.
All right, that's a look at what's going on with sports. Coming up in a moment, we'll visit this date in history. Not 1, but 2. We'll share with you next, right after this.
At Rathkamp Financial, we believe in building client relationships for the long term, guiding you through the stages of wealth with a plan and bringing you closer to reaching your financial dreams. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Thanks again for those of you listening to us on Litter Media Live right now on radio. Litter Media Radio can be found on our website. Just go to littermedia.com and click where it says Litter Media Radio. It takes you right to it. You'll also find a player that is right next to any story that you look at on our website. And you can click and hear what it's got going on. A number of folks listening over the weekend for our high school sports that were broadcast. We were the only media there doing anything live on Saturday night for Circleville, and we had a bunch of people listening across the country. And then yesterday, it was back-to-back plays of Tays Valley, Hamilton Township, Circleville, Bloom Carroll, and we had a number of people checking in on that as well.
We're just the best.
Yeah.
Best in the biz.
We're trying to be the best. We're trying to give you what you need to know. 1924 is this date in history's focus as we go to New York City. A young musician by the name of George Gershwin, then known only as a composer of Broadway songs, seated himself at the piano to accompany the orchestra in the performance of a brand new piece of his own composition. Its title, Rhapsody in Blue, which there's a hook that they used in the United Airlines commercial, I think it was, that was voiced by, that's horrible. I can see his face. I can't think of his name right now. But at the end of it was a and
that was pretty good.
That was basically how it went. So, gosh, I can see the actor. I can't think of his name right now. Someone's screaming at the screen right now, and we appreciate that. We just don't have our volume turned up to hear you scream. So, some are screaming probably because I did the
and now you're doing it again.
Yeah. Also over the weekend, it was the 24th anniversary of the Reds acquiring Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay.
24 years ago on February 10th. I forgot that he had played 9 seasons with the Reds. He won 210 home runs, drove in 602 RBIs for the Reds. Where does the time go? As we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, right? Reds also signed late last week Josh Harrison, and over the weekend agreed to a 2-year term with Jonathan India. Why am I bringing this up?
I don't know.
Pitchers and catchers report on Wednesday, and the first spring game will be February 24th for the Reds against the Guardians, which they're both together out there in Goodyear, Arizona. Share the same facility and everything. You ever been to Arizona?
I have. I've driven through it. I slipped and fell in Flagstaff at a gas station.
Oh, that's right. You told me that last week. I forgot. Good thing you didn't slip and fall at the Grand Canyon.
That would be bad.
That would be bad.
I did see the Grand Canyon.
I've always wanted to see the Grand. I've never seen it.
Don't do the Skywalk. It's a ripoff.
A ripoff?
It's, yeah.
Why do you say that?
They don't even let you take your phone out there to take pictures, first of all. And it doesn't extend far enough into the canyon where you're actually like scared looking down.
Able to look?
You can look down, but it's just rocks 20 feet below you. It's not that impressive. The Grand Canyon is impressive, but the Skywalk is not.
I'm sure a lot of that is for safety, but also environmental concerns, because think how many people potentially could drop their cell phone. You drop the cell phone, taking a picture, then you have to go down and try and get it.
Yeah.
You run into a scorpion or a rattlesnake down there, and then you got problems.
Probably.
So better to watch it from the air. So take a helicopter ride.
Yeah.
Or hope that your plane is flying over top of it so you can look down in it. It wouldn't be probably as awesome, I would think.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It is really cool, though. I think you should go see it.
That is one of my bucket list things. But, when it happens, it's just going to happen. I've not saved money for a trip to Arizona, anything like that. I would like to go out to see the Reds and Guardians play sometime. But it's always during basketball season, tournament season, so that keeps us here.
I have some pictures I could show you of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you get those if you couldn't use your cell phone?
Well, I couldn't use them on the skywalk, but all the other parts I could use it.
Oh, so you snuck out and you actually took pictures?
What? The skywalk is there's like a little museum, and then you have to buy a ticket onto the skywalk,
Gotcha.
but the rest of it is free.
Okay, I got you. A buddy of ours, mine and Mike's, went on a rafting trip through the Grand Canyon.
That'd be cool.
That's pretty cool. But you talk about not having cell phone service in many areas.
Yeah.
And you better pay attention as you're going through too, because there's a lot of things. There's true hazards going along the Colorado River.
Like crocodiles.
So I don't know if there's crocodiles.
There's probably not crocodiles.
I don't think so. Because crocodiles are like out by Australia, right?
Do we have alligators in Florida? Yes, the Florida Gators.
Yes.
Okay.
Crocodiles are, I think, the crocodile is Africa and Australia.
Like Crocodile Dundee.
Gators are.
There we go.
Closer to the Gulf of Mexico.
Makes sense.
And the Atlantic coast. Sharks you can find just about anywhere.
What were we talking about? The Reds?
We were talking about the Reds. But yeah, I was watching yesterday, and you know the name of the movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark. What's the newest one?
The Dial of Destiny.
The Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
So the wife and I were watching it yesterday, and I don't think this is going to give anything away because I'm sure we watched it late. I'm sure everybody else has probably already seen the movie. But where Indiana Jones introduces us to his fear of snakes in the very first movie, he doesn't have snakes in this one. He has eels.
Yeah. Well, they're basically water snakes.
And Antonio Banderas' character is looking at him and says, "Oh, there's no sharks in these waters." Because they were like, sharks? Yeah. I thought sharks were everywhere. Apparently not. Just eels.
Like in The Princess Bride, screaming eels.
Ah, yeah.
In the book, it was sharks.
Was it really?
It wasn't eels. It was either sharks or piranhas.
I never read the book.
It's good.
I tried to watch the movie and couldn't get through it.
Really?
Yeah. I know
That's crazy.
I know it's one of the more unique comedy movies, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't hang with it.
I wonder what Mike Smith thinks about that.
I don't know.
Mike, what do you think about Dan not liking The Princess Bride?
Carrie Elwes was in Princess Bride.
Who?
Carrie Elwes.
I don't know.
I want to say he was.
Billy Crystal's in it.
Billy Crystal is in it. Richard Lewis. Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant is in it.
But why am I thinking? I was thinking that was the introduction of Carrie Elwes.
Fred Savage.
Fred Savage is in it?
He's the kid that the grandpa reads the story to.
I never. Once again, it came out, in the 80s? And I think
so.
When we rented it to watch it back when you rented movies by VCR or videotape, that was when I watched it. And it was probably because I was working late and I just couldn't keep my eyes open.
I've seen that movie probably dozens of times.
I tried to watch it a second time and I couldn't get into it. And a lot of that is because the show just came on and it was already on and I was catching it in the middle and I'm like, I just can't. And the mole keeps moving on Richard Lewis's face. It's kind of cool. But outside of that, I'll have to find time to watch it sometime just to see what it's all about.
Show your granddaughter.
She's probably too young to stick with it.
Maybe. I think there's something in it for everybody.
I have to watch it with my older granddaughter. She's 17. She might understand.
There you go.
She might like that more. Heck, she's probably seen it and will probably tell me about it. So, all right, that's it for the program today. We've gone way over. Coming up in just a matter of moments. Surprisingly, we've had people stick through all that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Coming up here tomorrow, we're back at it with a Tuesday edition of Litter Media Live. Mike will be back in studio with us. The first time we've been together for the show since the week before.
I think so.
I think it was
Thursday of the week before last.
Yeah, golly. That might be refreshing for viewers.
Yeah, they're sick of me.
Together. get rid of this guy. Yeah, we got to get you on camera while you're producing. I think that's best because then Mike and I can see what's going on our monitor. People don't realize that the way we have things set up here, we have a monitor, but when Aaron is not sitting on our side of the table, he's got the monitor turned towards him, so we can't see what you're seeing.
But then I'd have to make all new graphics that say Litter Media Live with Dan and Mike and Aaron.
Why not? Might as well. But see, we watch it on our cell phones, but it's delayed, so we don't get this. It's more difficult to watch. So, yeah. Okay, that's it for the program. I better shut up and push on. So for Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey, and Aaron, I'll let you sign off.
Check us out at Litter Media Radio. You threw me off there. I was not expecting that.
Got to be ready at all times, my friend.
You can watch us on Litter Media YouTube. Listen to us at littermedia.com. You can go to Live 365 from there. Listen to us on the radio. Our social media pages, Litter Media X and Facebook. What else? What am I missing?
All I wanted was a goodbye, but that you're doing great. So,
and goodbye.
Thanks for watching.